2024, Texas Climate Jobs Project co-authored a report with Cornell University's Climate Jobs Institute, as well as Organized Power in Numbers, about the state of clean energy jobs in Texas. And, what was unique about the study is that most, data that we gather about jobs, we're gathering that information from employers, right? It's like gathering wage data, benefit information from employers. And this was unique because we interviewed over 1,000 non-union clean energy workers across the state of Texas. So we drove all around the state. The majority of the folks we talked to were non-union solar workers working on, like large, what we would call utility scale solar projects. We also talked to workers building utility scale wind projects and also workers in clean energy manufacturing. And, I'm a proud Texan, but I will say I think there's a lot of importance for what we found both for the South and the country, because Texas is a leader in, solar and wind energy production, right? We're producing the most clean energy of any state in the country. So I think there's a lot to learn. Unfortunately, we found very concerning findings. Half of the workers we talked to had experienced some form of heat-related illness. 1 in 4 workers had experienced an injury. And we just saw severe disparities for wages and benefits between, workers of color and white workers, between women and non-binary workers and men, between workers that took our survey in Spanish versus workers that took our survey in English. So we saw these large disparities. And, I think our takeaway from that is, we know that a key solution to closing these gaps is a union contract, right? Labor unions are like incredible partners, both for training and apprenticeship, but also, health and safety on the job site, ensuring equity in wages and benefits for all workers on a site. And like I mentioned earlier, if you're working in a industry like construction where you might be going right from one project to another, what we hear a lot from non-union solar workers is, they can get laid off with very short notice, right? It's like you've been working on a project for 3 months, you can get a 3-day notice of getting laid off right from that project. And then you have to figure out where you're going to go next. And then, your benefits can change as well. But with a union contract, you stay within the same benefit structure, right? There's a shared retirement and healthcare fund. So as you're moving from project to project, you're continuing to contribute to that same fund. So those were, I would say some of our key takeaways. And, we've been working just like really diligently to continue to understand from non-union clean energy workers just about how things are changing or improving or not as the clean energy industry continues to grow.